This is WMUC FM College Park. You were just listening to The Attic with Ben Griffith. And now, it is time for the 7th episode of NightCrawlin. I'm your host, DJ Ed, and welcome. I hope you guys have had a really great week. It's been a long one, And we got some great stuff coming up. First off, Super Bowl weekend. I hope you guys are excited for that. Let me know if you guys got Bengals or Rams. I'm pretty indifferent, to be honest. They're both really cool teams. I don't really have a preference there. But more importantly, for some people, it's Valentine's Day next Monday. So, I wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. If you guys have a significant other, I hope you guys have a great time. If you don't have a significant other, I hope you still have a great time. I hope it's not too lonely. I hope you find somebody you can hang out with. Now, with that being said, before we get started, I'm going to play a quick little PSA. So, enjoy.
Ever wonder why you feel like a complete zombie when your alarm goes off after 8 hours, if you're even lucky enough to get that much sleep? As college students, it feels almost impossible for us to get enough sleep. We're constantly told to get 8 hours, but is that really the magic number? Did you know that throughout the night, your body cycles through periods of light sleep and very deep sleep? Most people's sleep cycles tend to last 90 minutes, so if you aim for 8 hours, your alarm is likely to go off just as you're diving into deeper sleep. Try aiming for 7.5 hours of sleep and see how you feel in the morning. If you feel great, you probably nailed it and found your sleep cycle. If you don't feel perfect just yet, test out an 85 or 95-minute sleep cycle instead. Not only will you feel great in the mornings once you discover your magic number, you'll also add about 30 minutes of valuable time to your day.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little PSA. Now, let's get started with the show. So, as usual, just a quick little recap. NightCrawlin is a show where I'm going to be talking about movies for the first 15 to 20 minutes. And the rest of the time will be spent playing some sick music. Last week, we talked about 2 Ryan Gosling movies. 2 of my favorite Ryan Gosling movies. Drive and The Place Beyond the Pines. This week, and of course it's only fitting because Valentine's Day is coming up, we're going to be talking about 2 romance films. But not just 2 romance films. 2 foreign romance films. Yep, we're going international, guys. We're finally going global. So, the 2 films that we're going to be talking about, one of them is from South Korea. And if you guys don't know, South Korea, their film industry is one of the best film industries out there. Honestly, it rivals Hollywood. I would say Hollywood, it's as good. Right, let me try and make an analogy real quick. The Korean film industry is to quality what Hollywood is to quantity, if that makes sense. So they do make less films, but usually their films are just better in quality, the few films that they do have. So, of course, I'm sure you guys know Parasite is one of them. And this movie that I'm going to be talking about right now, which is The Handmaiden, is also one of those high quality films that just is pumped out of South Korea every once in a while. And that film is called The Handmaiden. The Handmaiden, a 2016 South Korean drama/romance, is a 2-hour and 24-minute colossal fever dream. And when I mean fever dream, I really do mean fever dream. It's directed by Park Chang-wook, who, if you don't know, also directed Old Boy. And if you've seen that film, then you sort of get the vibe of this film. Very, very weird and feverish. It's starring Kim Tae-ri. By the way, sorry if my pronunciation is a little off. Kim Min-hee, Ha Jung-woo, and Cho Jin-wong, among others. Now, just a little bit of a summary of the movie. The Handmaiden is about this scammer called Suk-hee, who basically pretends to be a handmaiden for this rich Japanese lady named Kim Min-hee. And her role is to try and convince Kim Min-hee to marry this guy named Count Fujiwara, who's also a scammer. So Suk-hee and Count Fujiwara are scamming together this rich Japanese lady, Kim Min-hee. And the scam basically is that if Suk-hee can convince Kim Min-hee to marry Count Fujiwara, once they marry, Count Fujiwara is going to immediately convince the authorities that his wife is mentally insane, and get her locked up in the nut house so that he can inherit all her money. And as a reward, Suk-hee gets a good chunk of the money, which is a lot. So that's basically the premise of the film. And along the way, things don't exactly turn out how it should be. Suk-hee actually may or may not ends up falling in love with Kim Min-hee. A little lesbian action there. And we end up having like this crazy little love triangle that just evolves and gets wild and creates a whole bunch of drama. But if that was just it, you know, it'd be fun, but it wouldn't be anything special. However, what adds another layer of weirdness and craziness to this movie is we have this uncle of Kim Min-hee who's basically, and I don't know, let me see how I can say it without getting kicked out, without getting banned. He's basically an extreme pervert. Yeah. And what I mean by that is he loves, what do you call it? Like these erotic novels. That's his big thing, right? And so he basically trains Kim Min-hee to read these erotic novels in a very, very nice way for male audiences. He basically runs this little show And he also gets Kim Min-hee to act out some of the scenes. Basically, he's running like a low-key prostitution. I didn't want to say it, but yeah. And so, while this whole love triangle is going on, we also have this crazy old man who's extremely perverted, who's basically obsessed with these erotic novels. And he's just weird, and he adds another weirdness to the story. Now, if that hasn't convinced you enough to go watch the film, the structure of the film, Handmaiden, is divided into 3 parts, each focusing on one character's point of view. And more or less the same story, which I already talked about, is revisited 3 times, each through the eyes of the 3 main characters, which are the handmaiden Suk-hee, the scammer Count Fujiwara, and the rich Japanese female Kim Min-hee. And each retelling, each part of the story where you get to see a different person's point of view, it reveals another layer of secrecy, another layer of creepiness, and another layer of deceit into the movie. And it's very, very interesting to see how each of these parts layer onto each other. And you get to see what exactly happens throughout the movie, where you may have originally thought, oh, it's just these 2 scammers trying to scam this poor innocent Japanese woman. But then, oh wait, maybe the Japanese woman isn't as innocent as we thought. That's all I can really get into it. I don't want to spoil too much. It gets very, very crazy, and I really, really, really recommend you guys to watch it for yourself. Keep in mind, this is not something that you want to watch with parents. It's very explicit, both in a sensual manner and in a violent manner, gory manner. But ultimately, when you look deep enough and go through all those layers, you find a love story. And that's really what The Handmaiden is all about. It's a love story. Now, cinematography-wise, filming is absolutely amazing. The shots are very artistic. Everything feels beautiful. You really feel like you're in, I think it's like 1920s, 30s Japan. You really do feel like you're part of that world. Everything feels very uptight, very classy. You know, it's just a good vibe overall. And acting wise, nothing has to be said. Great acting. This, again, it's one of those South Korean movies where everything is just high quality. So with that being said, I would have to give The Handmaiden 4.5 love hearts out of 5. You see what I did there? It's an absolutely amazing story that will captivate you for its relatively long 2-hour and 24-minute runtime. The only reason I don't give it a perfect score is, well, no movie is ever perfect. But also, the weirdness may be a little bit off-putting to some people. Now, that was The Handmaiden. But hold up, we're not done yet. We have one more romance film that we're going to talk about. And for this one, we are going to travel to the other side of the Chinese-Japanese Sea and visit the great land of China. So, now we're in China, and we're going to talk about the second romance film of this episode, and that is Goodbye Mr. Loser. It's a 2015 Chinese comedy film that runs for 1 hour and 44 minutes. A nice little decent length of a movie. It's directed by Damo Peng and Feng Yan. And it's starring Shen Teng, Ma Li, Wang Zhi, and Ai Luan, among others. Again, I don't know why. Sorry for the pronunciation. I'm really... Never mind. But yeah. Sorry for the pronunciation. Hopefully that was pretty good. Now, Goodbye Mr. Loser also has this insanely crazy plot. Essentially, our main character is a loser. And he's a 30-year-old loser who's married to this girl that he doesn't really like. He thinks she's ugly. He thinks she's not very attractive. And he thinks she's not really good to him. This guy has his eyes set on one of his former high school classmates. A girl by the name of Qiu Ya, who's portrayed by Wang Zhi. But unfortunately, it turns out that she's getting married. So what is he supposed to do, right? He's gonna lose this opportunity. So he decides to go to the wedding. He purposely rents out this extremely expensive suit and rents this limo in order to look like he's got clout, you know? Even though he actually doesn't, he's really poor. And he goes to this wedding, and he makes a fool of himself. Drunkenly, he starts singing this poem to her, this love poem that he wrote. And in the middle of the poem, his actual real wife comes, and basically they get into a fight. And she chases him all the way to the bathroom, where he locks himself in the bathroom. Now, this is where it gets interesting, if it wasn't interesting enough already. He washes his face in order to try and sober up. And then, while he's washing his face, he finishes washing his face, and he looks back up. And all of a sudden, he's back in high school. And he's essentially time traveled. Back to when he was 16. And so, if you can't gather, this film, Goodbye Mr. Loser, is all about how this loser has the ability to do everything a second try, a second chance. He's given this gift by God, if you will, or Allah, or any other supernatural power. And with his second chance, we get to see what he does differently. We get to see what he does in order to try to win back his real high school crush, the girl that I mentioned before, Qiu Ya. Just as an example of what he does do, because I feel like it's really interesting, and I want you guys to watch this movie. He basically, because you know now that he's from the future, right? He knows all the songs that were created between high school to now. So he basically just yoinks all the songs and passes them off as his own. And in this new alternate reality, he becomes a famous Chinese singer. But does he or does he not win his real love, Chuya? You'll have to watch the film to know. So that is the summary of Goodbye Mr. Loser. The plot is, honestly, when I first heard it, I'm like, I have to watch this because it sounds just so crazy and so insane. And it's one of those things that we all think about, you know? Like, if only I could just go back and change my life and do this differently. Well, in this film, he gets to do that. And you get to see what happens in his alternate reality life. In terms of cinematography, it's not bad. It's not as good as The Handmaiden, where everything feels a lot more artistic and beautiful. It has that like early 2000s over dramatic slow-mo zoom sort of vibe. I mean, it is a comedy romance, so there is some of that, you know, kind of wackiness to the cinematography, which honestly it adds to the overall movie. I don't think it's a bad thing. The film isn't certainly all comedy either. It delves into some pretty dark and serious topics, along with the overall hilariousness of the situation, which I think makes it just that much better. The fact that it's able to delve into these topics of love and so on. The acting is great. Shin Tung, the main guy, he's very well known in China. And so, of course, he does an amazing job. But of course, everybody else around him also does an amazing job. With that being said, I would have to give Goodbye Mr. Loser 3.9 love hearts out of 5. I love this movie. It's so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch. And the story and the meaning that you learn from watching it is honestly heartwarming. However, the movie itself isn't exactly that profound. It's not exactly that crazy and high level. It's a little generic. It's a little, you know, like every other movie, every other love story. You know, every other rom-com. So which is why I have to give it slightly less. But it's still an absolute entertaining movie to watch, and it will entertain you for 1 hour and 44 minutes. You will not get tired of watching it, trust me. So, now, with those two being said, we're now done with the movie portion of this show. Now, to everybody's favorite part, the music portion. Now, this show, because it's so close to Valentine's Day, we're only going to be playing music related to love and romance. Okay? I hope you have your significant other with you. I hope you hold him/her/they closely. And if you don't have anybody with you, that's fine too. I hope you hold yourself closely. And I hope that you still enjoy this amazing music that I'm about to play for you guys. So wherever you are in the world, remember, love is everything. Love drives the world. Now, I want you guys to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay? Thank you. Now imagine it's summer 2015 you just got back from school. In fact, it was the last day of school, so you're very, very ecstatic. Right now, you and your friends are planning on going to a concert this evening. And you're getting dressed, you're getting ready. And while you're getting ready, your mom comes over and she says, "You know what? You're not allowed to go to this concert anymore." Just like that. No. Keep closing your eyes. Keep closing your eyes. I promise you, I'm almost done. She says no. And you're like, wait, what? Why, Mom? What's wrong? And she doesn't give you an answer. She just says no. I'm the boss of the house, so you have to listen to me. So right off the bat, you're like, wait. So now the plans that I've waited for this entire time have now been vanished into thin air, just like that. So you feel sad. You feel depressed. But then all of a sudden, your phone dings. You've gotten a text. And who was the person who just texted you? Well, it turns out it's this girl / guy / whatever that you've been looking at for the longest time. And she says, "Hey, wanna hang out? Wanna come over?" And you know what you say? You say, "Heck yeah."
coffee. Do not know who I am, but still know that I'm good long as you're here with me. To be drunk and in love in New York City. Midnight into morning coffee, burning through the hours talking. I like me better when I'm with you. I like me better when I'm with you. I knew from the first time, I stayed for a long time, 'cause I like me better when I'm with you. Look who you made me, better when I like me better when I'm with you. I don't know what it is, but I got that feeling. Waking up in this bed next to you, swear the room here got no ceiling. If we lay, let the day just pass us by. I might get to too much talking. I might have to tell you something. I like me better when I'm with you. I like me better when I'm with you. I knew from the first time, I stayed for a long time, 'cause I like me better when I'm with you. Look who you made me, better when I like me better when I'm with you.
Feeling used, but I'm still missing you, and I can't see the end of this. Just wanna feel your kiss against my lips, and now all this time is passing by, but I still can't seem to tell you why. It hurts me every time I see you, realize how much I need you. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
I miss you when I can't sleep, or right after coffee, or right when I can't eat. I miss you in my front seat. Still got sand in my sweaters from nights we don't remember. Do you miss me like I miss you? Fucked around and got attached to you. Friends can break your heart too, and I'm always tired, but never of you. If I pulled a you on you, you wouldn't like I got the oh. Keep it on the low. You're still in love with me, but your friends don't know. If you wanted me, you would just say so. And if I were you, I would never let me go. I don't need no arm, I just miss you in my arm. Wedding bells were just alarms, caution tape around my heart. You ever wonder what we could have been? You said you wouldn't and you fucking did. Lie to me, lie with me, get your fucking fix. Now all my drinks and all my feelings are all fucking me.
I hate you, I love you, I hate that I love you. Don't want to, but I can't put nobody else above you. I hate you, I love you, I hate that I want you. You want her, you need her, and I'll never be her. All alone, I'll watch you watch her, like she's the only girl you've ever seen. You don't care, you never did. You don't give a damn about me.
gets high sometimes, you know. What else can we do when we're feeling low? So take a deep breath and let it go. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I want you to know I won't let When I was young, I fell in love with used to old hands, man, that was enough. Then we grew up, started to touch, used to kiss underneath the line on the back of the bus. Oh no, your daddy didn't like me much, and you didn't believe me when I said you were the one. Every day, she found a way out of the window to sneak out late. She used to meet me on that side in the city with a sun on set. And every day, you know that we ride through the back streets of a Corvette. You know I just wanna live tonight. We can go anywhere we want. Drive down to the coast, jump in the sea. Take my hand and come with me, yeah. We can do anything if you put a mind to it. Take your whole life and you put the line to it. My love is yours if you're willing to take it. Give me a heart that's gonna break it. Come away, starting to life together in a different place. We know that love is how I desire.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up.
You got a dream, I have a family, a house and everything in between. And then suddenly, we're 10, 23, and now we got pressure for taking our life more seriously. We got a dead end jobs and got bills to pay. Our old friends and now our enemies. And I'm thinking back to when I was young, back to the day when I was falling in love. He used to meet me on the east side, in the city where the sun goes set. And every day, you know where we ride, the back streets in a blue Corvette. You know I just wanna live tonight. We can go anywhere we want. Drive down to the coast, jump in the sea. Just take my hand and come with me, singing. We can do anything if we put a mind to it. Take your whole life and you put a line to it. My love is yours if you're willing to take it. Give me a heart 'cause I ain't gonna break it. So come away, starting to taste, starting the night together in a different place. No, the love is so hard 'cause I do this thing.
She used to meet me on that side.
He used to meet me on the east side.
She used to meet me on that side, in the city with a sun on set. I'm more than just an option.
UMD.
Refuse to be forgotten.
Grab somebody close to you right now.
I took a chance with my heart.
Whether that's a person, a teddy bear,
and I feel it taking over.
or just a pencil. Grab somebody.
I better find your heart.
I want you to sing along as loud as you can.
I better find your heart. I better find find your loving. I better find your heart.
Hold that person thing close to you. 1, 2, 3, sing along.
It's more than just a mission. Hey, hey, hey. You hear but you don't listen. Hey, hey, hey. You better pay attention. Hey, hey, hey. And get what you've been missing. I better find your loving. I better find your heart. I better find your loving. I better find your heart. I better find your loving. I better find your heart. I better find, give all my love, and nothing's gonna tear us apart.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, this is NightCrawlin. I'm your host, DJ Ed. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day and Super Bowl weekend. And remember, whoever you're with, if you have somebody and if you don't, I want you to always love. Love always and hate never.